All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Lightforce podcast, episode number 34. I know this is Laney, as always. How are we doing tonight?
I think I'm feeling pretty super, if you ask me.
Hey.
I think that's the vibe that we're getting tonight. Very super. We're filming this late at night because we both just happened to see this Super Mario Galaxy movie tonight. So that is the big talk of this episode. But it's probably going to be on the back half of this episode because we have a lot to talk about. We're just in such a great time period for nerds and comic book fans and whatever you may be. Every fandom is getting a little bit of something this year, which is really nice. So we're going to be talking about some Marvel, a lot of Marvel, and then mainly
Literally,
Super Mario Galaxy.
Mostly all Marvel and then Super Mario.
Mostly all Marvel and then Super Mario Galaxy. But don't worry, Star Wars fans, your time is coming because next week, Maul Shadow Lord is going to be premiering. Yes. So we will be talking a lot more Star Wars starting next week. But for now, we still got a lot of Marvel stuff to talk about. So I am feeling great.
Are we ready to get started? Long have we waited for some Star Wars talk.
Is that like a thing?
Actually, I think Palpatine says that, as a matter of fact. I forget.
I don't know what you're referencing, but I'm happy for you.
Doesn't matter. Anyways,
I'm happy for you.
Before we get into this week's podcast, guys, of course, you can go follow the podcast on social media, Instagram and TikTok at the Lightforce Pod. If you're watching here on YouTube, be sure to hit subscribe, drop a like. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and a good old-fashioned rating. Where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere at Laney Byers. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Shout out Stream Community. We love you over there. I will be back to streaming. I promise. It's just been a busy week. But you can find me everywhere.
Yes. Sorry, I was fixing my glasses. And you can follow me everywhere as well at Noah Nation Nerdy. I'm on X. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. You can find me everywhere at Noah Nation Nerdy. And in case... this is really just for visual here, but, you know, if you're listening, you should hop over to YouTube just so you can get a little preview. We're rocking some brand new Lightforce Podcast merchandise, which, as I revealed earlier this week, if you did not see the video that I dropped on Monday here on the Lightforce Podcast YouTube channel with Grayson and Will from Determined Focus. That's something we recorded about a month ago. Friday, April 17th, which is 2 weeks from now, the Lightforce Podcast merchandise website will be up. For the first time, we're going to have this Daredevil-esque t-shirt, this hat, that shirt, and a bunch of other stuff that we'll both be previewing on social media over the next 2 weeks. So for the first time ever, you guys will be able to buy some Lightforce Podcast merchandise Friday, April 17th, dropping it on a Friday so it coincides with an upcoming episode. But I already have it linked down below in the description here on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can set up like an email or something that'll notify you. There's a countdown. Can't wait till all that goes live. I know a lot of people have been asking us about merchandise for a while, so I'm excited to finally get it out there. And what's dropping on April 17th is just the initial batch. We're going to have stuff for, well, I'm not going to talk about what's going to be dropping, but we're going to have new stuff in May and June, July. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out. So, yeah, just want to let everybody know about that. We're very much appreciative for you guys' support. It's been a great, honestly, couple of weeks on the YouTube channel specifically, and you guys are just continuing to support us overall. So thank you guys very much. And Lightforce Podcast merch, Friday, April 17th. Anything to add before we move on?
You guys asked and Noah Nation delivered. He's been working very hard on all of this merch, so hopefully we have a very great opening day for our shop. All of you people that have been asking for the merch, it's finally here, and I think it's fire. I think our merch stands out really well, and it stands out from what I've seen from others, I guess I should say. So I think you guys should hop on ours. I mean, look at what Noah Nation's wearing right now. It's literally the Daredevil logo, but it says the Lightforce Podcast.
It's pretty fire. By the way, I didn't design 90% of this. Shout out to my guy, Elliot, graphic designer that I work with. He designs pretty much everything.
Thank you, Elliot.
So, yeah, shout out to him over in the UK. Appreciate you. He's working on some stuff right now. It's going to be coming in the next few months. But yeah, absolutely gas. We got the Marvel Comics-esque stuff that I got on my hat that she's got on the shirt. And yeah, very much excited about all of it. And it's only going to be the first batch, like I said. So Friday, April 17th, you guys will finally be able to get Lightforce Podcast merchandise. But shall we get into some news topics this week?
Please, yeah.
We did say there was nothing Star Wars wise to talk about next week. Of course, I think the bulk of next week's episode probably going to be surrounded by Maul Shadow Lord, which of course comes out on Monday, and it is 2 episodes every single week for the next 5 weeks up until May the 4th, which is absolutely sick. But I forgot about this today. It actually did get announced that Maul Shadow Lord has already been renewed for a season 2. So season 1 hasn't even dropped yet. But it is, yeah, we are getting a season 2. You didn't see this?
I didn't know that. No.
Will of the Force literally posted about it, dude. Shout out Will. Yo, I saw it.
Was it within the last few hours or like?
Literally like this morning.
I have not been online very much today. I got on to post and then that was it. I was moving around a lot today, yeah. But that is so exciting. I didn't know that. Wow, how fun.
So, Maul Shadow Lord already renewed for season 2. Season 1 starts Monday. We're all very much excited about it. Like I said, we'll be talking about that a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. It already looks peak. I mean, you guys know I always say that Star Wars is at its best when it's animated, so I think this is going to be one of those peak shows. I'm very excited, very excited. I mean, just the people that are surrounding this project, Sam Witwer, Dave Filoni, everyone that's involved with this show, there's no way it can miss. I'm very excited. Every Star Wars fan should be excited about this show.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot of hype online about this, especially just in our circle alone, so I'm very much excited about it. But not the only show that's been renewed for season 2. One thing that we forgot to talk about last week, and I don't know how we forgot to talk about it because we both loved the initial series, and we're like, we really hope this gets renewed for a season 2. Jumping over to Marvel now, by the way, is Wonder Man. Wonder Man officially renewed for season 2. We talked about Wonder Man back in January when the first, 6 or 8 episodes came out, whatever it was. But they were short. We both binged them, I think, in one sitting, and we both absolutely loved the show. I thought it was great, and both of us really wanted a season 2, and especially, I think we both said as well, if they're going to do a season 2, you might as well just wait till we get to the mutant saga, because honestly, the way Wonder Man ended, I mean, kind of looks like a mutant to me. And now we're officially getting season 2. All the names are coming back. How are we feeling about Wonder Man season 2?
Was there a date or a year?
I don't think so, no.
Just season 2, right? It just
they
said
just
season
said
2.
It got renewed for season 2, and they talked about the couple actors, Destin Daniel Crichton and somebody else who worked on the show coming back as well.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it was a great first season. I think it bodes well for all future all future Marvel Disney Plus projects, that just because it's a Marvel spotlight doesn't mean it can't get renewed for a season 2. So you guys should always be showing out for these smaller projects, because everyone said it's not going to get a season 2. It's a spotlight project. It's not meant to get a season 2. It's just a one-off thing. Like, no, you guys, these are projects that if you back them and you support them and they give us good content and we receive it well, we can get more content out of it. So I'm so thrilled that people enjoyed it enough and went to watch it enough to the point where we are now getting a season 2, because that is definitely what that cast deserves and what Destin Daniel Crichton deserves, because it was phenomenal. So I cannot wait. That is such an exciting thing to hear. I mean, we're getting a Disney Plus project that did well, you know, a live action Disney Plus project that did well across the board. I don't think I saw any hate for that show at all. Thank goodness. Because it was just
I'm sure
so
there
good.
was, but I think it was just drowned out, because I think a lot of people were very positive about this show.
Yeah.
And I was somebody who was like, I really didn't have like any sort of excitement in the show, because I was just like, I don't know who this guy is. I've never read a Wonder Man comic in my life, so I just watched it going in blind, and I was like, yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I was very much happy with the series, and especially how it ended. And I know I already said it, but I can't help but look at the character now of Simon Williams Wonder Man and being like, oh, so we just got to save this for the mutant saga, because this guy's a mutant. So I'm hoping that's what happens here, especially because, like, bro, we're 8 months out from Doomsday. Secret Wars is next year. Like, I don't think, like, we're going to talk later. I don't even know how the hell Daredevil Born Again Season 3 is going to be fitting into the next, like, between Doomsday and Secret Wars. We're going to talk about that later. But, like, I don't think Wonder Man's going to be like, yo, we're filming this back half of this year and it's coming out late next year. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think this is obviously going to be post Secret Wars, which I'm fine with. And I'm pumped for the show.
So excited. I'm just excited just because we're talking about Daredevil a little bit for right now, that we're finally getting a project that is actively filming, and we're actually going to get a show that releases back to back to back years. That's how shows always used to release. That's how you're supposed to release your seasons for a show. Stranger Things. You're not supposed to wait 4 years, 3 years in between seasons and expect people to stay invested and expect just because you took that long on the project doesn't mean that it's going to have the same kind of quality that doesn't mean anything. Just because you take longer doesn't mean that it's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. Just take season 5, for example. I mean, the controversy around that had people gaslighting themselves into thinking there was going to be a secret episode. That is like
Conformity Gate.
Yeah, like we waited that long for people just to not like the end product. But so I'm just so glad that we're in an era where they're like, no, we're gonna believe in the success of our season 2. We're already filming season 3. We are going to back this project. We're putting all our eggs in Daredevil's basket. So thank goodness. And the same is for X-Men 97. So I think that's a good segue. Yeah, because X-Men 97's already filmed their season 3, or they're actively working on it, which is very exciting. But we have X-Men 97 news, which I'm so excited to talk about.
X-Men 97, season 2, X-Men 97 of... Let me just restart that whole thing. Freaking butcher. X-Men 97 season 2. We finally got our first look this week. And it wasn't even like an official first look. It was like Funko released some pops this week for pre-order, and then one thing, I don't know, I guess, I don't even know if it would be a leak, considering I think just like a poster or something went up on Amazon, and then all of a sudden, we're talking about X-Men 97 Season 2, and there's also rumors that some Marvel trailer might be dropping next week, and I obviously don't think that's doomsday, because duh. So I feel like we might be getting an X-Men 97 trailer very soon, but regardless of that, X-Men 97 Season 2, we got our first look this week through Funko Pops, through, I think, a t-shirt and a poster. We got our first look at several characters. Yeah. We got looks at characters getting added to the cast, which I'll let you take over there because I know you're very excited about one. And honestly, we've raved and praised X-Men 97 so much, especially going back to some of the early episodes of this podcast when you guys were just kind of getting to know us. If you're new around here, we absolutely love this show. I just started a rewatch of Season 1 last night after the news of Season 2 because I was just hype on it. I cannot wait. We knew this was probably going to be coming in the summer. We didn't know when. Might actually even be before Spider-Man Brand New Day, which would be crazy. But, and we'll come back around to that, it would fill the gap between Punisher and Spider-Man. But, I mean, how you feeling after the news of X-Men 97, our first look of Season 2?
You guys know that I don't know if I'm a bigger fan of anything other than the X-Men. Like, the X-Men is it for me. So I could not be more excited for X-Men 97 Season 2. It's like every project this year has me so excited, but X-Men 97 Season 2 like has the edge for me. It's my most anticipated project, one of my most anticipated projects. I cannot wait. I could not believe that we were getting like a first look at how the characters are going to look from Funko, and Funko did officially post them as well today. Probably because they got leaked, but they did officially post them. Funko always gets leaked, poor guys. But I'm so excited. So I don't know where this poster came from, like you said.
I think it might have been Amazon or somebody posted it, like just a website, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Not everyone is on this poster, but we have like our main people on here. So I'll just run you guys through it. If you guys look it up, it's a picture of Morph, Jean Grey, Forge, that's his name. Forge,
I
Magneto.
always forget too.
I was like, I don't know why I'm just blanking right now. Forge, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Bishop, Cable, Storm, Sunspot, Beast, Wolverine, Professor X, Jubilee, Rogue, and Cyclops. And someone I'm very excited to get involved in this story is Polaris, the daughter of Magneto that literally inherits his powers. She is so cool. She appears briefly in the original X-Men animated series. She's actually in a relationship with Iceman and then leaves him for Havoc, Scott Summers' brother, which is just crazy and messy. So I'm so excited to see my girl. I mean, what a freaking sick character to bring into this. And everyone is sporting a new look in this. So
a lot of them are sporting I guess the looks that they'll be adopting, because of course at the end of the finale of X-Men 97 season 1, some of our characters end up in a bit of a wasteland, and as we know officially from the Funko Pop leaks, that's literally what they're calling these.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine, Wasteland, Storm, did Storm get a pop? Yeah, she got a pop.
Yeah.
Storm, Wasteland, Jean, Cyclops, etc. And we also got Professor X in a new look, Magneto, who looks super badass because he's got like a full-grown white beard. It looks great. Obviously this is such just a simple first look. There's really not a lot to digest here, or talk about, I should say, but just coming from two big X-Men people and two people who absolutely love X-Men 97, I mean, I don't think we could be more excited. No, we could literally be living in a world where Daredevil ends, I forget the exact date, May 5th or whatever it is, May 5th. May 12th, we get the Punisher one-shot special. We could literally then enter June and get X-Men 97 for 8-9 weeks, or I forget how long season 1 is. I'm sure it'll be about the same. And then that leads us right in to Spider-Man Brand New Day, which, by the way, if that happens, what a genius thing for them to do. Because, hey, by the way, here's Jean Grey in X-Men 97 season 2. And then, if it actually is Jean in Spider-Man Brand New Day, it's just genius. Seamless stuff there. I couldn't be more excited. I hope that this rumored trailer that could be coming out next week is X-Men 97, because I think this, the Spider-Man trailer, huge. The Doomsday trailer, gonna be huge. But for, us personally, who we love the most, this, I don't want to say is our most anticipated trailer of the year, because those other ones were huge and are gonna be huge. Yeah. But, it's gonna be a big deal is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm definitely still most excited about the Doomsday trailer, obviously, because any crumbs we can get about that movie, I'm just all over.
Yeah.
But I do genuinely believe that X-Men 97 is going to come out in June. If anything, late June, maybe. Or finish up in late June. I don't know. Just the back half of June. Because I can't really see X-Men 97 coming out. They said summer 2026. So that is anywhere between, I'd say, June to August, September, maybe. Yeah. September's pushing it, I think. So right now I'm looking at June or August. And I honestly cannot see a new Marvel show releasing while Spider-Man sits in the theaters in July and August, because Spider-Man comes out the last day of July. So I don't see them releasing X-Men 97 in July or August. I really do think it's going to be the back half of July, and maybe the back half of the season bleeds into July. Did I say June? Back half of June and leads into the beginning of July. I think that's the window I'm looking at for X-Men 97 season 2. I think it makes the most sense, so it doesn't overlap with Spider-Man, so that Spider-Man doesn't take away from the momentum of X-Men 97, and it just gets people and it keeps people invested leading in. Not that Spider-Man needs people to stay invested,
right,
but I don't want it to overshadow X-Men 97, so I think that as far as spreading out your projects, I think that releasing it in June would be very smart. And like I said, Spider-Man's going to be all of August, and so
that's the hype.
It has the hype, and we still have Vision Quest to come out before Doomsday, so Vision Quest has to have a little bit of a window,
And I'm sure they're going to put a little bit of hype around the fact that Endgame's going back in theaters in September. Obviously, it's just a re-release in theaters, but, I mean, I still believe they're re-releasing that, not just for the sake of, hey, remember the last time there was an Avengers movie in theaters, and we got a new one at the end of the year? I just still would not be surprised if they add a little post-credit scene or something, just to be hey, by the way, this Doomsday thing's coming up. But I just looked it up, and there's 10 episodes of season 1 of X-Men 97. Yeah. So if they started X-Men 97 season 2, the last week of May, they could, and assuming they have 9-10 episodes, I mean, they could literally finish this thing the week of or the week before Spider-Man and just seamlessly transition right into Spider-Man, which, I mean, you literally can't ask for anything better than that, dude.
It'd be so peak. Just the peakest time of my life.
Dude,
I'm so excited.
By year's end, we're going to have Daredevil, a Punisher special, X-Men 97, Spider-Man, Doomsday, and then, by the way, Vision Quest, which I'm very excited for. Really like Vision. He's back there. Got that pop a couple weeks ago. Ultron's going to be in that, which I'm super hyped about. Wonder Man. What a year. What a year for Marvel alone, dude.
The X-Men are making their return in X-Men 97, and they're making basically their MCU debut in Doomsday, which is insane to say. Yes, I know that X-Men have appeared in the MCU before, but I'm talking actually were characters and
This year's
players in
different.
the plot. Yeah, it's completely different. Them, I know Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, just don't even get me started. That's a comedy. This is for real. So I'm very
I just
excited.
rewatched that movie like not even a full week ago, and I was just
Yeah,
like, man, you know what? This movie's still like, it does get hated on, but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy
it's
it.
good
Some of
for
the
what
jokes
it
are
is.
still,
Like,
yeah.
it was a good time in theaters for sure, but it's just like
It served its
messy.
purpose. It served its
Yeah,
purpose. It just
yeah.
it
And
needed
I'm
to
not
get
the
those
biggest
two
Deadpool person
characters
anyway.
into the MCU. That's really all it needed to do, and just be entertaining.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So very excited about X-Men 97. I think it's gonna be peak. I'm gonna be insufferable about it. So if you follow me on my socials, just be prepared for that. Be prepared for
oh
me
yeah,
when X-Men 97 comes out.
we need some X-Men '97 inspired merch. We'll see. We'll see.
Mm.
We'll start brewing some ideas. But shall we
Mhm.
talk about Daredevil Born Again?
I think we should.
Because I'm feeling pretty liberated right now.
Ooh.
Daredevil Born Again season 2 continuing this week. Not only did we get episode 2, but we got episode 3 as well. Dude, Tuesday night, what a time to be alive. The
It was so
vibes were immaculate.
great. Mhm.
I was absolutely loving it. Episode 2 was solid, but episode 3 was just
Unreal.
kick-ass, dude. Like, it gave you one of the best, honestly, best fights, action scenes, but like, just like the last, like, 20 minutes of the show was just like incredible, dude. Like, I
Yes.
just, overall, before we start breaking stuff down and nitpicking some stuff, like, how you feel about these episodes and just the season so far. I know we're only 3 episodes in, but like, how you feeling?
It's already better than season 1, that's for sure. You can tell that they were able to actually take their time and take care and work through this season delicately and intentionally. Season 1 was a bit of a hodgepodge, a mosaic of different people's opinions of how that show should go. And this one, everybody's on the same page. We have a clear vision of what the show should be, and it is so much better than season 1 already. There's not a single episode in season 1, I think, other than when Frank is involved, obviously, where I feel the way I felt watching like episode 3 of this season. So episode 3 was so fire. Every actor is just on their A game in this show. Even the characters I don't like. You know, I post a lot about not
100%.
liking Heather, but she's doing a great job at
That's one thing I was gonna bring up. Yeah,
she's doing just a great job.
What's the lady's name that is Matt's partner? Was Matt's partner at the firm? Why is it blanking me right now?
Don't know.
Well, point is, she's I really didn't care for her character or Cherry that much in season 1, but they haven't been too prevalent in the last 3 episodes. But I'm still just enjoying them more. And you brought up her name, Heather. Not big on Heather coming out of season 1, and it's almost like if this was pro wrestling, it's as if they just played it to the crowd reaction, because now she's the bad guy in the show, and now I'm actually enjoying her more. Which it's.
I wouldn't say I'm enjoying her more.
I would compared to season 1.
Like
I'm not saying I'm in love with the character, but I'll take this portrayal the last 3 episodes.
She's doing well as someone. Like, it's a good thing that she's someone we're not supposed to like, because I don't like her. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, they
anytime
just played
she's on
into
screen,
it.
I'm not happy. I'm not enjoying it, which I guess is she's serving her purpose. But a lot of people are speculating that she's going to become the new Muse, and like, okay. I just think that's Muse was very extreme, and I just don't see how she could get to that point. Like, that's a drastic change in morality. We already see her kind of losing her morals a little bit, falsifying a psych record or report on Jack Duquesne, the swordsman. I love him, by the way. Back when Hawkeye came out, he just loves everything that's going on. He's I don't know, he's just a jolly guy. He's just like, oh, darling, it's okay. When she betrayed him and let him go to jail for her, and she was like, I would have done the same. I don't know. Like, she called the cops on him, and he's like, I would have done the same thing. It's okay. And he's just very cordial with Heather the whole time, even though she's being the worst person ever with him. And he knows he has no choice but to go to jail and take the fall for this. And he's just the best. And then he starts kicking butt with Daredevil in that one-shot prison break scene in episode 3. It was so good. And I was like, oh, we're finally getting to see him, I don't know, like, be the swordsman. Because in the episode, I don't know, the last episode, the finale of Hawkeye, we get to see him do a couple things with his sword,
but it ain't
bit,
this.
but it ain't like this.
It
No,
ain't
not
this,
even
you know what I mean?
close to being like this. And he is so great. I love this guy. I love this actor. I don't even know his name, but I'm big on Jack Duquesne. I'm big on him. I think he's so great. If he dies, I will lose my mind. By the way, I will be so upset.
We'll
if he
talk about
dies.
that. Even in the court, when the judge is literally just sending him to jail, and they keep cut back to him, and he's saying the one-liners like back and forth. I was like, dude, great stuff, right?
Speaking
the way
French and everything, and I was like, this guy,
this
he's
guy's
so great.
sick, dude.
He's sick.
He's an absolutely great actor. And I don't know the actor's name, but shout out to him.
We love you.
If Heather becomes Muse, she just better not kill Karen. Like, I keep seeing people speculate that online, like Heather should become Muse, she's gonna kill Karen. We talked about this last week. Yeah, I don't think Karen should die or will die in season 2. Season 3, I don't know. We'll talk about that, when season 3 comes around. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm enjoying Heather more this season than I was last season. Doesn't mean I'm in love with the character. If she becomes Muse, I don't even know how I'm gonna feel about that, honestly. Like, I'm gonna wait and see with that whole situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I feel like it's probably inevitable the way they're teasing it.
I don't know, though. Like, I can't see her actually becoming Muse and, like, draining people's blood and using it to create art pieces.
Yeah,
like, I can see her maybe, like, killing people, but I can't see her
wearing the mask and killing people.
Yes, and doing the exact same thing that he was doing. But I guess she can just become a modified version of Muse and just be I forgot about that.
It's Muse!
and just kill people, I guess. But I don't know. I'm just ready for her to be gone. So I don't care what happens to her.
Listen, I said it honestly, I think it was on the Wonder Man episode a couple months ago. We ended up talking about Daredevil, and I was like, I just want Karen and her to fist fight, and I want Karen to fuck her up. That's what I want, dude.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, what?
We're getting a lot of Matt and Karen.
Oh, I'm sure you're thrilled about that. I'm sure you were loving that second when she was like, I mean, Frank was there for us. And there's that little bit of like...
Because there's no reason that they need to involve conversations like that if they're not trying to continue the idea that Karen has a lot more in common with Frank than she does with Matt. The way that she thinks about things and goes about solving their problems has she's way more aligned with Frank than she is with Matt.
She did shoot somebody in episode 3.
She literally killed Wesley. She shot someone in episode 3. She's way more... I'm not saying that she's Frank, like...
Yeah, she's not as cold-blooded.
Right. Because she condemns Frank and his ways in season 2 of Daredevil. But why include that exchange if there's nothing going on between them? Especially... don't even get me started on him saying, I heard your heartbeats. And she was like, you heard his too? And must have been adrenaline, whatever. Like, come on. That's clear romantic connection. And they didn't have to include a scene like this where they're literally in Frank's old hideout.
Which I thought was sick, by the way.
It was sick.
I was like, I know where they're
together. At. And he's like, you are becoming Frank. And she was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they were just trying to be like, hey, we didn't forget about Frank. He's just off doing his own thing. But the way they worded it was cool.
That he wasn't there. He's always been there for me. Where is he? Which kind of makes me think, by the way, that Frank is going to be either like, I don't know, just very, very occupied in some way, shape, or form. I feel like when we catch up with him in the Punisher special, he's not just going to be hiding out looking for the next person to kill.
No.
He's going to be like stuck somewhere or like actively involved doing something, and that's the reason why he's not there in like he has no presence in this season of the show. And I do think that's why they have that scene, more so to be like, we're aware that Frank's not here. Frank's gonna be doing
that's what I'm saying. I'm just that's why I was like, I think that's why they put it in there. But it is an interesting choice of people to deliver that message.
And it's an interesting choice of words. Like, he's always been there for me.
She was like, for me.
You sound like Frank. Yeah, and it's just the way that they went about it that makes me be like, okay, they're just dangling Castle right in front of us. I'm telling you, Castle with a K.
Maybe they just wanted to fuck with all the Castle shippers.
I'm just not. Someone posted.
They moved away from it real quick. Charlie Cox was all abs out, and then they were sitting there, holding hands. They moved away from that Castle thing real quick.
Don't care. I think she still has feelings for him, and
Probably.
Frank will always have feelings for her. I mean, in the Punisher show that you haven't watched yet, he literally, one guy is like, I mean, Sarah's my wife. She's my wife. Like, that's why I'm protecting her. And Frank, like, slams his hand down on the table and he's like, let me tell you something right now. He's like, it's the same way with Karen. It's the same thing.
Always telling something.
Yeah. So I'm not delusional. You need to watch that show. It's actually unbelievable you haven't seen it yet, because then you would understand.
I actually was
why I'm
about
not
to start it
delusional.
like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, I don't feel like watching a show right now.
Wow.
I feel more of a movie, but I kept telling myself I'm gonna watch it before the special comes out. So
Right.
even though there's like 2 seasons, and I was like, I thought there was only 1, but I'll get around to it. I'll get around.
And season 2 is
Trust.
pretty peak. I do like that a lot. Anyways, so I don't remember where we were about Daredevil, but it was peak. There's
we're just talking about
on.
it. I forget who said it, but at some point somebody dropped a line of friendly neighborhood task force.
Yeah.
Was that a Spider-Man tease, or was that just like a little reference, like in season 1 when they had Kingpin be like, a man in a spider outfit?
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
don't know.
that. It's probably that.
Neighborhood, the phrase gets thrown around all over the place. What are we doing?
Well, that's pretty on the nose. Friendly neighborhood dance. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't think Spider-Man showed up in this show, but
no,
I was
saying,
like,
they keep throwing it around. Like, I don't know. Do I think he's gonna show up in the show? No. But it'd be cool.
Oh, listen, I'll be Joel on the floor. You won't hear a complaint out of me, but I do think it's probably just like that thing in season 1 with Kingpin being like, we don't need vigilantes, man in a spider outfit. It's probably that. What about that? This is the thing I was talking about earlier. And I also talked about this, I think, last week. Maybe, I don't know what it was. But obviously they're literally filming Daredevil Season 3, Born Again Season 3, right now. Out of the kitchen, filming in Brooklyn after like 10 p.m. You see the signs online. But we're heading towards Avengers Doomsday. And then we got Secret Wars next year. And like, I just got a feeling Earth 616 is going to look a hell of a lot different after Doomsday. Like, may not be standing type of thing. So I'm like,
I don't know about that.
Well, I just don't think it's going to be run-of-the-mill New York City. Like, I feel like Doomsday is going to paint this Earth very differently. Like, I don't know. Well, it remains to be seen. But I'm just like, what the hell is Daredevil Born Again Season 3 going to look like? And that also, hold on. Welcome me here. Also got put in my head a little bit more this week, because there was that one line with Vanessa and Kingpin, and I don't know if it means anything, but I gotta believe it does. Vanessa asked Kingpin, how many worlds do you need to conquer? And he asked how many there were. And I'm like, huh, what do you mean how many there are? What is Kingpin gonna be like, oh, I'm going throughout the multiverse now? Obviously,
I don't think that's what that
but
means.
I'm like,
I just think what they were implying is that he will never be satisfied. Like, he's always going to want more power. That's literally what that line was there for.
You're probably right.
I am right.
100%. But I just can't help but be like, that was very interesting. That was a very interesting line, because of the time period we're living in Marvel. And a lot of things this season are already starting to be more tied in. Avengers Tower, what's her face, freaking Valentina. Also, no Mr. Charles this week, which was very disappointing, but it's fine.
Yeah, they did say again, I think it was the governor came in his office, was like, your CIA friend got you out of whatever last week, but so it's another Valentina thing. Like, she is in cahoots with Kingpin, so they are buddy. She's helping his franchise, helping his little...
There's been so many little things to pick up in these 3 episodes. I love it.
I love it.
The basic story is kicking ass. The action's kicking ass. But there's been so many little things, little Easter eggs that are tying things into the greater MCU. I couldn't help it. Like, I figured that line didn't really mean too much. But when he said it, I was like, Kingpin and Dr. Not really. I'm just kidding. I'm
he's
just kidding, guys.
Hungry. You know, at the end of the day, he's power hungry. He just has an unsatiable need for power. So I think that's really what that meant. I loved the parallels in that shot. When that shot is happening, they're jumping back to Frank and Karen slow dancing, and like, they're 2 people that are on the run. They have nothing. They're literally living in a basement, and they're happy and together and slow dancing. And Kingpin and Vanessa in their mansion, they have it all, but she's having nightmares, and they're unhappy. You know, they're both like just not happy yet. But we see Frank and Karen in this warm lighting and everything. I don't know. I just love the parallels.
You said Frank and Karen twice.
Did I actually?
You were like, they come back to Frank and Karen. No, they didn't. No,
that's
they didn't.
Hilarious. I'm genuinely
She's
in my
so
head and thinking
drinking the castle Kool-Aid.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow,
you said
that's
it twice.
Crazy. Anyways,
but that was
so
cool.
I
what you were talking about, Matt and
parallels,
Karen.
yes.
Yeah.
that they're jumping between Matt and Karen in this warm lighting, slow dancing, they're happy, and then as opposed to with Fisk and Vanessa, they're unhappy in their marriage bed. She's having nightmares. She wants to retire. He wants it all. They're in this gray, like weird monotone lighting. It's just very artistic and very intentional, and I just love all the parallels in this show.
Speaking
They're
of
always
lighting,
jumping back and forth and with things like that, and I love it.
Speaking of lighting, every time Bullseye popped up, everything
Every
became
time.
blue.
Every time.
He's in
I
the
don't
elevator.
really understand blue as the color, but maybe
his
we will
costume's
eventually.
blue.
Yeah, I guess.
There's no guessing.
I don't know. Wait,
it's
let
like
me look.
it's like being like, why is Daredevil red? He's Daredevil.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Like, okay, his costume is blue sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I always associated him with a black costume, so that's why I was like, I don't understand why he's.
But in this
blue.
show, it's that I know has he worn it yet? Isn't it blue?
I don't know. It's like barely blue, which is accurate to the comics, but I understand. I understand the lighting, but also like blue is a very not murderous color. I feel
well,
like
maybe it means a couple things. One, it's just kind of matching his outfit. Two, maybe it's a little bit of a signal that he's getting that redemption arc that we talked about.
Yeah, you could be right. And he's cold as ice, so...
And he's cold as ice. Benjamin Poindexter. So, alright, so what do they call themselves? The Resistance so far? Daredevil, Karen, the Swordsman, loving it. Angela, obviously, has pretty much taken over the White Tiger.
White Tiger, man.
Not fully, but I'm loving it. That little moment.
I'm so excited
the thing between her...
Yeah.
I know. The scene between her and Karen in episode 1 was great. And then getting a follow-up on that with Angela showing up to the task force facility and them having that moment and then her helping him out. That was great stuff. But we got those four. We got Bullseye, not officially, but like pretty much going to be probably, side by side with them. Jessica Jones, we know, is coming. Wonder if we're going to get anybody else by the end of this season joining this Resistance, or if it's just going to be the people of New York.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was maybe one or two more people, because there's a lot of vigilantes in New York City. So I mean,
listen, there's the other Defenders. There's Luke Cage. There's Iron Fists. Obviously, people have rumored them heavily for season 3. Obviously, I don't expect Punisher to be involved in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back for Born Again season 3 and then kind of joining things depending on where he ends up post Brand New Day. But I don't know. The Resistance is coming together. This show is kicking ass so far. 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
That Daredevil Swordsman team up at the end of episode 3. I mean, talk about feeding families. So it was absolutely just epic.
I love the Swordsman. They did so good in that one shot. It was so fire.
Oh, dude, they even kicked into the Daredevil Netflix theme at some point, a little faintly for a couple seconds. Woo!
Murdoch.
It was great stuff.
Daredevil is just relentless. He does not pulling his punches. It's awesome to see. Yeah. Well, am I crazy, or when Karen shot and probably killed that guy, was Matt kind of like in his tracks for a split second, or am I crazy? Because I want to watch it again, because I genuinely thought he was going to be like, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
I genuinely for a second was like, is Karen not going to make it out of here? Because her and Matt were kind of like, they got everybody else in that one truck, and then they were going to their own getaway car. And for some reason, I was just like, "Where's Karen? Is she about to get shot?" I was gonna be so pissed.
Karen dying is nowhere in my mind. Not even in the realm of possibility.
I don't know. I just had this feeling like eventually they're gonna pull that trigger, and I don't think it'll be this season, but sometimes they just get you in the moment.
I do think Foggy is going to reappear in this season, though. I do think that.
Like, not as a flashback, but
no. I think Foggy faked his death. Genuinely.
Faked his death. Interesting.
It's a run in the comics, so yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about that. Okay, yeah.
I genuinely think that they're going to run with that. There's no scenario where Daredevil or Karen team up with Bullseye knowing that he killed Foggy. I think Foggy is going to have faked his death, and then Bullseye isn't actually the person that killed Foggy, so then they're way more likely to like team up with him, so.
Yeah. I think next week it looks like that's when Mayor Fisk charity boxing match is going to be which is hilarious that they're just like, oh, by the way, he's doing this charity boxing
It's
match.
gonna be such a brutal match.
Yeah, if anybody's dying, I think Vanessa's probably not making it out of next week's episode. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Bullseye, they keep teasing it. They were teasing it a lot in these last 2 episodes. If anybody's going down, I think Vanessa's going down.
Yeah, and then Fisk is just gonna go off the rails. Kingpin is going to go insane. Yeah.
I don't think this season's gonna end very happy for Matt. He'll probably end up in jail or something like that. I have a feeling. But next week, I just have a feeling. I don't think
I agree with that.
Maybe not jail, but I just don't see like everything's scot free. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're heading towards a season 3. I don't know. I don't see Daredevil and the rest of the Resistance coming out on top necessarily this season. But next week, Vanessa dead. And then I don't know. We'll see. We'll go from there. But this season's kicking ass so far. Any more thoughts on Born Again?
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
All right. Well, I think it's time to talk about Super Mario Galaxy.
Hooray! Everyone, from here on out, we're going to be talking Super Mario Galaxy. In the beginning, we'll give a very brief, non-spoiler review, and then we're just going to open the door for spoilers, and that's it for what we're talking about in this episode. So, if you're ending or leaving now, we understand. Don't forget to follow us on our socials and check out our merch link below.
But come back to us after you see the movie.
Yeah, come back to us after you see the movie and watch from here on out. But for right now, we'll do no spoilers, and we'll let you know when we're going to do spoiler talk. So...
we show our pickups real quick?
Okay.
You show your little keychain.
See?
Hey!
They have like these Luma blind boxes that you can get at the theaters, and I pulled this blue cutie one. I'm excited about that.
I kind of feel like you having that and me having this is ass backwards.
I know, right? Like
this I feel guilty having this, knowing you or your sister don't have this.
I know, like what the heck?
But
but it's so cool.
They had a bunch of the Yoshi popcorn buckets, and I will never spend more than $50 on a popcorn bucket, but he was $50, so
okay, all right.
There you go. He reached the limit.
It's a full Yoshi with an egg, like it's fire.
Yeah. He is hipped up, in the back here. This is very cool. Very cool.
Interesting.
Did you see the way he was running in this movie? I was like, yo, this guy's throwing cheeks around.
Dude, what? No, I never thought that for a second. You freaking
I'm joking.
No, he's not kidding. All right, here is our review of Super Mario Galaxy, our rating, I guess. Do you want to do out of 10? I think that's what we've been doing, right? Yeah, because Wonder Man I gave an 8 out of 10, so we're doing out of 10. Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You think you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain mine after.
Okay. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
I thought you were going to count down. Yeah, I was going to give it a 9 out of 10 too.
Okay, all right. So we're both on 9 out of 10. Cool. If we're doing like Letterboxd, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's not enough for me to give it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I might back it down to a 4 out of 5 after I sit with it for a little bit, but initially I want to give it a 5 out of 5 because that's what it deserves. But like I said before when we were talking about our 5-star movies, there are some 5-star movies that are just leagues above. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Leagues above other 5-star movies. But I still think that this is one of those movies that just deserves it. I do think it's better than the first one. I think that the first one has more heart a little bit. Everyone can connect with Mario and Luigi in the first one, and it's a little bit more grounded, obviously, because it's not a Galaxy movie. Mm-hmm. I like the Mario and Luigi origin. I like the Donkey Kong Country and all that stuff in the Mushroom Kingdom, but I like the Galaxy stuff more. I like everything about seeing Mario and Luigi in their element, not getting used to being heroes. Now they are heroes, and getting to see them in their element, I think is really cool. Got a lot more cool characters in this movie, and I think this movie's more fun. I think it's more fun. Like, the first one is great. I don't think I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5 as well. But I think that this one is more fun, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. I think they did an amazing job.
Yeah, you know the Mario franchise a little bit better than me. Don't get me wrong, I played a handful of games as a kid, but I wasn't like the biggest Mario person. I literally watched the first movie for the first time a couple of months ago, and I loved it. I love this one too, and I think I would agree. I
Mm-hmm.
like this one more than the first one. A lot of the same reasons. They're definitely even though there is, like you said, more heart in the first one. You get more characters. This one's it feels like we're past the origin and now we get to actually experience the world
Right.
of Mario, which is great. And you
Mm-hmm.
get more characters and more worlds and all this stuff. We've already
Mm-hmm.
done a lot of the establishing and world building in a sense. Now at this point, it's only adding even more characters and going even more places. Like we just can just keep expanding because obviously there's a million Mario, not a million, but you know what I mean. There's a ton of
Mm-hmm.
Mario lore that they can keep adding. I think the only reason I sit here and give it a 9 out of 10 is because I'm sure somebody who knows the Mario franchise better than me will tell me why it shouldn't be a 10 out of 10. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't really sit here and argue that. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd because for pretty much the same reason. Like, I'm not going to give this a 5 out of 5 because I'm sure there's things that if I sit back and watch it again, I'll be like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really care for this or whatever. Maybe that's just a lack of knowledge. But
Mm-hmm.
like I also saw Project Hail Mary last week and gave that a 4 out of 5. But like these are very different 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5
Yeah.
movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Letterboxd is
Yeah.
a little bit star ratings overall are a little bit hard to gauge.
They're
Like
hard for
one
me.
4-star movie is not the same
Yeah.
as another 4-star movie.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said, it was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fun. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
have any complaints about it.
I think the only reason I can give it, if we're doing Letterbox, I would give it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5, is because obviously my 5 out of 5s I try to keep more sacred. I don't try to just hand out 5 out of 5s or 10 out of 10s.
Go follow us on Letterboxd,
And
by the way.
yeah, why not, right? I don't love what they did with Bowser. It wasn't my favorite decision for them to kind of. This is spoilers now. We're gonna start moving into
We're officially in
spoilers.
Super Mario Galaxy
Yep.
spoiler talk.
We're officially into spoilers now. I don't love what they did with Bowser. I don't like how they kind of made it seem like he was going to have a little bit of a redemption, and he switched up and was like, no, we're good. We're cool. And then he felt guilty about attacking them. And then 2 seconds later, he is ready to kill them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was just a weird ride with Bowser.
I feel like it
and
would
I
have been
didn't love what
different.
we were doing.
Yeah, I feel like if he was
Scheming.
if he was scheming the whole time and
He
it
was
wasn't like no,
pretending
he
to be good.
genuinely was like
Yeah.
cool with Mario and Luigi and then he backtracked on it. It was like
Yeah.
but like that's what they did, but I
Mhm.
feel like it would have been better if he was just actually just scheming the whole time and he
Mhm.
never actually changed and then he turned into badass Bowser again at
Right.
the end. Then it would have been a little bit different because we wouldn't as the audience known the whole time
Mhm.
he's not that guy and it wouldn't have felt like, oh, it's a redemption arc. Oh, no, it's not. You wouldn't have got that bait and switch. So that's a good
Right.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
one would have been better over the other.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I guess I don't really necessarily feel like Bowser Jr. posed the biggest threat. I like that they're still keeping the theme like the games. We're always saving a princess, right? So I like that Peach is still there to kick butt. Love that she got her umbrella. I love everything with Peach, honestly. She's so great. And I loved everything with Yoshi. Oh my gosh, Donald Glover, so impressive. All the little Yoshi noises he was able to make and everything.
was
Just
funny.
unbelievable. Unbelievably
I
impressive.
love the little
loved it.
montage when it was like, "Where'd you come from?" And then
Yeah.
it jumped to that like 30-second montage, and
It's
then
like biggie, biggie, biggie.
yeah, I was like, what a
Yoshi,
song.
yeah, right. From the back,
Yeah,
back of Yoshi.
that was great.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, I don't know. I love Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is one of my favorite Mario characters. I pick him in every Mario Party and every Mario Kart. Every chance I get, I'm picking frickin' Bowser Jr. I still feel like they should have hired maybe a kid to voice his character. I don't know. At times I was like, okay, I can understand this, but sometimes he's got a deeper voice and sometimes he sounds like a kid. It's just a nitpick. I don't
Mm-hmm.
knock this voice actor at all. I think he did do a good job, a better job than I initially thought from the trailer. But at the end of the day, I still feel like given the role to a child, because he is a little child. Like he's actually a little boy. You know what I mean? Probably would have made more sense, but it's fine.
I do
Don't
like
hate the
story
decision.
of Bowser Jr.'s motivation, everything he's doing, coming from something that a story that
Right.
Bowser used to tell before he
That flashback
went
was
to
so
bed.
cute.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was so cute.
I liked that was like, we finally realized what the overall plot was and what
Mhm.
Bowser Jr.'s motive was, and he was bringing that all to life. I thought that was cool. Honestly, I wish we got to hang out on I don't know if that thing that he built, that whatever it is, a planet that he built.
Yeah.
I wish we got
Bowser.
to hang out there a little bit more, but besides that, I mean, I like that whole little idea that they had there.
Yeah, and
The
I
whole
love Bowser
Bowser
Jr.
Jr.
I just
thing.
feel like the threat wasn't there as much as it felt like the threat was there in the first movie, where Bowser was literally gonna enslave and kill all the entire Mushroom Kingdom, you know? I get
Yeah.
that they were literally going to blow up planets with that gun. I don't know. It was just kind of set up a little bit weird. But that's a nitpick. I don't think
Uh-huh.
it took away from the movie in my mind at all. But that's just the only thing keeping it out of 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5. Man, I just love the voice actor for Luigi. He does an amazing job, and I think that he is the best in the cast. Like fits his role. Him and Donald Glover, obviously, and that's not saying that anyone else isn't doing a great job, but I think he is just a perfect voice for Luigi. He does such a great
Yeah.
job.
Donald
Um,
Glover's a little bit different because he's not like really doing like his. It's not like Yoshi's out here speaking in full sentences. Like he's just doing little things here and there. Like so I definitely would give the edge to Luigi if we
I
were
don't
picking
know.
one
It's
over the
so
other.
impressive what Donald Glover's able to do. It's
It
so
is, but
impressive
I'm
he's
just saying
able
it's
to
not
do
like he's
that.
out here talking in full sentences and it's like, oh man, he's killing it. Like just the little quirks in here and there that Yoshi's making are great.
I don't know. He did kill it though. He really did because
Right.
it was so impressive. I loved it. But the one thing is that as I was listening, and I'm so glad Brie Larson was able to be part of this cast. It seemed like she was very excited to do this based on
Uh,
all the press they were doing. I don't think Brie Larson and Anya Taylor-Joy have distinctively different voices. When they were standing next to each other at the end talking, I was like, if I closed my eyes, I would have no idea which one of them was talking right now. You know, they're
I would
very
need to
similar
listen to it back,
voices.
honestly.
Very similar voices. And a lot of people don't like this decision from what I've been reading online. They went ahead and made Peach and Rosalina sisters. And a lot of people don't like that because that's not something that came out of the games. That's not part of the Mario lore. And the Mario lore got most of this information from my sister because she is the professional
Love it.
Mario girl. She has all the
Yeah.
knowledge.
Phone a
Peach
friend, phone a
really,
friend.
yeah, Peach really is just from the Mushroom Kingdom. That's just where she's from. It never really gets too much deeper into her
hmm
backstory. That's just she's just always been there. Rosalina is kind of like the queen of the galaxy in a way. They don't have any kind of blood relation or anything like that. But I like them giving Rosalina and Peach more of a backstory, you know,
Well, you kind of have to,
more
right? I mean,
lore.
listen, and again,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who knows more about the Mario games and the Mario lore could tell us, but like, you probably got to add some elements to make not only one movie, but a whole franchise of movies. Like, Jack Black's
Mm-hmm.
already out here saying, like, yeah, we're going to probably start making the third one, maybe 2029. Like, you'll see, like, there's going to be
Nice.
more of these Mario movies. So,
Oh,
like, I
that's
think
just
that's what I
crazy to
saw.
think about, dude. That's crazy to think about.
But like, so I understand them having to add some stuff and expand upon the lore of just what you play in a video game. So at the end of the day, like, how much lore is coming out of a Mario Kart video game? Somebody would be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, a lot, but like
Right.
to a backstory point, like probably not that much. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me none, but also I guess I'm not the guy to piss off or nor excite with that information.
Yeah, and like as of one of the biggest fans of Sonic like ever, I've never knocked the movies for changing the lore because movies and video games are very different forms of media, you guys. It's all about the story when you're doing visual media like that. So, for example, some people I didn't really hear a lot of chatter about it when Sonic 3 came out. Some people don't like that Shadow wasn't created in the lab. They like found him and then put him in the lab to experiment on him. But in the original Sonic lore, he was created in the lab, like Robotnik created him. I'm pretty sure Robotnik created him. I think that's what it was. But God forbid I get burned at the
They're like,
stake
you're not a
for
Sonic fan.
messing something up. Yeah,
Fake fan,
but
fake fan.
they made that change, and I don't really think it matters at the end of the day. You know, it's not something that bothers me, and the Rosalina Peach thing isn't something that bothers me. I think it makes sense. I like that they give them more depth, so not something that bothers me. I don't know. Just wanted to point that out because some people didn't like that change. I don't really
Yeah,
care.
yeah, obviously didn't bother me none. Well, any highs from this movie? Any point where you were like, "Yo, that was sick," and like they're killing this right now? Like any
Just
movements that
like
really stuck out, or just like the overall was just like this is fun, this is a good ride type of thing.
overall just so good, all the callbacks to all the games. Every time they had to kind of defeat a level, like the montage of them helping Mario and Luigi, helping the kingdom, helping run the
Yeah,
kingdom, especially Peach and Mario going through the Bowser
I
level.
was about to say that was probably my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah,
I love that.
really cool. My sister played Mario Odyssey. I think that's her favorite game. And everything in like the casino is all Mario Odyssey. She loved that.
Ah,
So I'm sure for a lot of people that was a high. Just all the different characters that pop up. But dude, we cannot not talk about Star Fox in this movie. Glenn Powell did an amazing job with Star Fox, dude. And listen, if they hadn't announced that Star Fox was going to be in the movie like days before it released, it would have hit so much harder too. I can't even
yeah, I
imagine
don't
going into
know.
the movie not knowing that he was going to be in it and then seeing him pop up at that spaceport. Like, why tell us that bit of information, you know? Makes me so mad that that's a huge piece of
Yeah, I don't
information. Like,
know.
ugh, oh my gosh. Okay. But Star Fox was so cool, so cool. And Glenn Powell was so great. I don't know. Just every time he popped on screen and he was just like,
It
just
was
the
cool. I
coolest guy
liked him.
ever. He's a cool fox.
His ship was
Um,
cool. Him and
yeah,
Mario were. He was like Mario said something. He was like, I like this guy. It
yeah.
was this little vibe there.
And they also had the Pikmins in it. They had Mr. Game and Watch in it, and they had Rob in it, which Rob we saw in the trailer. 3 other playable characters in Super Smash Bros. I don't see why they would have all these characters in it, including Star Fox, if they weren't teasing a Super Smash Bros. Movie in the future. I think it's going
Mm.
to happen. There's no reason why Star Fox would be in this movie if they weren't going to do Smash Bros. In the future. And listen, I have a little bit of a theory because my sister and I were talking about it in the
Oh.
car. And she was like, I don't know. I don't see how they do a Smash Bros. Movie. The Sonic franchise is doing so well. It's very successful. I don't see them, allowing Sonic to be used in
Yeah.
a Mario franchise. I don't know. It's not like Smash Bros. Is necessarily like a Mario thing, but since they're starting to include the characters in Mario first as a tease, I imagine the world would that Smash Bros. Would take place in one of these galaxies in the Mario universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I was like, from what we saw from Star Fox when he was telling about how he got there, he was telling everybody how he got there.
Got
And
the
it
little
cuts back to
montage.
his animated montage of his backstory. So cool, by the way. That animation was
Yeah,
so cool.
that was cool.
But in that universe, he looked completely different. He was animated differently. And then when they jumped back, he made it into Mario's universe. He got pulled into time and space. He looked like them in their universe.
Hmm.
So just because Sonic is CGI and live action doesn't mean that he can't be included in this because he's just in a different universe. He gets pulled into Mario's universe. He's animated like the Mario,
Oh, that'd be
like
so
this
far.
animation.
It's literally like the
And
Jimmy Timmy Power Hour from Nickelodeon back in the day.
yeah, and I literally said, what if when Sonic gets pulled into whatever Smash Bros in this animation style, what if he looks like Sonic from the 2000s, Sonic from Sonic X? What if that is what he looks like? I think I
I
would
mean,
lose my mind. I'm
kind of fits the
talking.
build.
This
Oh,
isn't
I know what you're talking
necessarily
about.
a
That's
point.
the one Sonic that
We'll
I
put
probably
it for
watched the most
clips
of.
purposes.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
put it on screen for clips. But like Sonic X is my favorite Sonic show ever. It is my entire childhood. If they did what I am theorizing right now and pulled him into this Mario world or this Mario animation is really what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say, and he resembled his Sonic X look, his 2000s look, I would lose my mind. I think it'd be so cool. It'd be so
It's so
cool.
far.
Yeah, it'd be so far. The Smash Bros. Movie is going to happen. They'd be ridiculously stupid if they didn't do the
Listen.
Smash Bros. Movie. It would be one of the biggest video game, if not the biggest video game movies ever. They have to be doing it. No other reason why Star Fox, Mr. Game and Watch, the Pikmins, the Rob, no other reason why they'd be in this movie if they weren't teasing that. If it isn't going to happen, and it is, and there's no way Sonic wouldn't be included in it. There's no way Kirby wouldn't be in it. There's no way Link wouldn't be in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All the
maybe that's
big
why.
players, it's gonna happen. It's gonna
Maybe that's
happen.
why Jack Black's out here like throwing 2029 around because Sonic 4 comes out next year, March, I believe, of 2027, and then maybe the next time we see not only Sonic but also Mario would be 2029.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily true though. If we're basing it off the second end credit scene, did you stay for it?
Oh yeah, I saw the end credit scene. That's a
Yeah,
fair point. We'll probably get another Mario movie before
yeah.
there's a
I think we're
Super
gonna get
Smash
another
Bros.
Mario
But
movie, and if you guys want to talk about it, Daisy pops up in
Daisy,
the second end credit scene, and she looks perfect. So I'm really excited to learn more about her. Excited to find out who they're gonna cast for her. as a voice actress. I think that's going to be great. So I do think that Mario's at least going to get a trilogy in before we move into the Smash Bros. Movie. So I'm really excited for the future of these video game movies,
Mario
man.
trilogy, Daisy in the third Mario movie, then we get Super Smash Bros.
Yes,
Ooh!
then we get Super Smash Bros.
That'd be
Yep.
fire.
Hopefully Wario and Waluigi will be included in this third movie because it gets weird if
Oh,
they are left
dude,
out.
those are the two characters that in my head I'm like, I may not be like the biggest Mario fan in the world, but I'm gonna be hyped when they're
they're
like,
awesome.
that's gonna be super cool.
They're so great. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, dude, just what a time to be alive. Mario Galaxy is already breaking box office records. I think it's the biggest, at least for this is what the stat I saw. It said breaking box office records, but then it said has the biggest Wednesday opening day of 2026 so far as the box office. It had the biggest opening day.
I mean, I don't know what else was opened on a Wednesday specifically, but doesn't surprise me. Mario's huge, not just with kids now, but for kids that grew up with it like us, and even the generation before that. Like, who doesn't know Mario, who doesn't like Mario? So,
and Mario Galaxy is on your box office draft list. Yes,
that's true. I gotta pull that up. Wait, let me double check. I forget if that is huge W.
It is because I was like, man, I'm stupid. I meant to take that as my second pick.
It was my second, and I had Project Hail Mary too. Let's fucking go, dude. Which
did Hail Mary end up doing well in the box? I mean, it's not done yet, but
no, it's only been out for what? Well, this would be week 3, I think, but I think it's been doing well. It's getting a lot of hype online. I haven't seen any negative reviews about it. Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy getting a bad Rotten Tomatoes score, but I was like, I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't care what they say, you know.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to see this thing anyway, and everybody fan-wise seems to be excited about it. For the most part.
Those people didn't play the games. They don't know what they're talking about. Come on, critics, Rotten Tomatoes, whoever, don't care. What was I just about to say? I have Toy Story 5 on mine, and I still think Toy Story 5 is gonna beat out Galaxy. I can't lie.
I legitimately keep forgetting that's coming out.
That trailer, did you see it? It played before our movie, Toy Story 5.
No, it didn't play before ours.
Really? It played before ours? That animation looks unbelievable. Like, it looks so clean. It was really good, and honestly, they got me invested in this plot. I think it's gonna be really good.
Was it the same trailer from a couple months ago?
It had a little bit more in it. It was a long trailer. Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, and I
watched all the previews, so I mean,
it's gonna do some big numbers. I mean, it's Toy Story. It always does a billion.
It's probably gonna. I literally just keep forgetting it's coming out for some reason. I keep like going through like, man, I went to the movies twice within the last week. May coming up, we got Mando and Grogu. Dude, they're also re-releasing the first Shrek in theaters next month. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that. And they're bringing them to Disney Plus, which is kind of crazy.
Also saw that today, which is fire. And then it's like, oh, we got Supergirl in June. But I keep forgetting Toy Story's coming out. And Moana, I keep forgetting about that. But I mean, we talked about that last week.
Moana's gonna flop, isn't it? I think it's gonna flop.
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's not gonna.
It's gonna be bad, but I'm wondering if it's going to do well box office wise.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's gonna flop, but I feel like it might be pretty middle of the road. But Marvel's gonna do so well for Disney, and then honestly, Toy Story will as well. Like, if Moana does that bad, like, do they care that much? Like, I don't know. They shouldn't be surprised.
Dude, hopefully after Tangled, they just stop making live action remakes, dude. They have to stop. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say.
What's in here? Oh, it's Lightforce podcast merch. But I think that's all we got for this week, guys. Maul, Shadow Lord Season 1 kicks off on Monday. We got 2 episodes. Definitely, we'll be talking about that next week, along with next week's Daredevil episode. It's great. All this stuff is starting to come out, and it's just giving us our episodes, dude. I can't tell you, guys. September through December, it was so hard to come up with things to talk about on this podcast. And now the franchises are just giving it to us. It's great. And it's a ton of fun, because we're getting all this content, and we get to share the excitement with you guys. But
we're in peak content.
But where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere at Laney Byers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you come join the stream community because it's a lot of fun.
And you can go find me everywhere at No Nation Nerdy, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Go follow the podcast at the Lightforce Pod on TikTok and Instagram. If you're watching here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, drop a like. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and a rating. And don't forget, 2 weeks from today, the Lightforce Podcast merchandise will be available to the public for the very first time. This hat, this shirt, her shirt, and a bunch more stuff. And that's only going to be the initial wave. We got merch coming in May, June, July, etc. We've got a ton of stuff that we're working on for the next coming months, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you for the support since the beginning of this podcast, and we're only gonna go up in here, isn't that right? All right. Well, that's all we got for this week's episode, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
Goodbye.
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 This is Bear in the Big Blue House.
Oh my gosh, I thought we were singing Sabrina Carpenter. Again, we've done this before.
Yeah. It's still recording, by the way. Alright, later, guys.
I know. Okay, bye, guys.